What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Generation Zero. Today I'm going to be talking about how to take on hunters with maximum proficiency. So let's just jump right into it. So I've done this video in a bit of a unusual way. What I've decided to do is I've decided to just go out and candidly take on hunters all across the map in all ranges from prototype to military to Phoenix class hunters, and I've just recorded a whole bunch of footage. So what my intended idea is that we'll go through the footage, I'll slow things down at certain points and tweak around the footage and really get in depth about how I take on these hunters here. Now, in order to get the best results, I would advise that you at least get the AI 76, the max level one that you can get for free in the game, and the max level Magnum that you can also get for free in the game. Both of those will be linked down below. As well, I sincerely implore you guys, if you have not yet watched my tutorial videos for intermediate and pro level tips, watch those videos. I'll include links to those down below as well. Trust me, my dudes, if you follow my tutorials and tips like gospel, you will wind up having the best experience in this game. I can ensure that. So let's get started with the easiest of the bunch, the prototype hunters. So in the beginning of this fight, I was a little ballsy, but I decided that I'd go for this guy's gun just a little bit so that I could soften him up a decent amount, knowing that I'd be able to take him on later. And then with this guy kind of isolated over here, what I decided to do was aim for his gun in the first place and do a significant amount of damage, and then take him out by doing a bunch of body shots to him, pretty much. So again here. And now this was the guy that I had been shooting in the beginning, so I managed to take off his gun with the last bullet of my clip there. And then after reloading really quickly, he was softened up to the point where I could take him out really easily. So again, gun off. And he's dead. And this last guy put himself into a bit of a stupid spot, so I just took advantage of it, shot his gun a couple times, and he's done. So next up, for this guy, he's kind of unlucky in the fact that he's right by a car here. So prototypes do go down pretty easily to explosion damage. So for the last clip here, taking down prototype hunters at a long distance is really easy because they're slow to react and they're pretty soft. So doing a little bit of chip damage with your long-range rifle at a distance and then going in for the kill with your assault rifle is generally a really easy tactic to take. And as you can see, killing prototype hunters is incredibly easy. Their weapon loadouts never vary. They always have just the 756 machine gun on their one side and the vibration sword on the other side. Now on to the military hunters, and these guys are a little bit more technical than just your prototype variant. So the military hunters come equipped with 3 weapons in this game as opposed to 2. They come equipped with a shoulder-mounted grenade launcher that launches a poisonous smoke screen. They come equipped with a vibration sword on their left and a 756 machine gun on their right. They also happen to have more armor plated, so if you are going to use explosions, you need a larger explosion to actually take them down. So if you can manage to catch these guys out, always aim for the canister on their back, as that will do a significant amount of damage. Then you can aim for the grenade launcher on their upper shoulder or their face. And if you use any sort of cover to your advantage, they'll have a hard time kind of shooting you, and you can take them out pretty easily. And just like the prototype, after softening them up a little bit, aim for the weapon, and they'll go down easy. And if they ever do happen to expose their back, just let them have it, and they'll blow up like anything else. And then for this guy, I saw a decent opportunity to use a little bit of guerrilla tactics and use a lot of the natural cover to take him out. So I shot off his grenade launcher knowing that he'd start trying to shoot at me with his machine gun. And then I positioned myself at an angle where he couldn't shoot me. And then if you ever encounter a hunter with a sniper rifle, take out the sniper rifle first, because that thing will do an absurd amount of damage to you. And then after that, he'll be pretty hurt after losing one of his attachments, so you can take him out pretty easily just by aiming at whatever exposed weak points he has, whether it's the gas tank or his gun. And then I noticed this Phoenix guy over here. It's not quite his turn yet, but we'll take him out anyway. And then if these guys do ever happen to get you pinned down, just kind of take yourself back, find some cover, regain your health, and then go back at them. And just kind of take the same route of aiming for their sniper rifle, and then aiming for whatever other points are exposed. And then again, because of the AI mechanic where they try to find a spot to pin you down from, if you can get them into a still spot, it's pretty easy to just kind of hammer away on them. And even though it wastes a bit of ammo, it's a really safe way to take down the military class hunters. Alright, so now that we've covered killing all the prototypes, and we've covered killing all of the military class hunters, let's start talking about the Phoenix class hunters. So the Phoenix will be the most deadly variety of enemy that you'll find in this game. And the Phoenix hunters are a prime example of that. You'll learn to hate their flechette cannons that shoot out these concussive shotgun rounds at you. And they have really aggressive AI, so they'll be constantly trying to flank you. So you need to be incredibly mobile when fighting these enemies. Again, aiming for weak points like their guns and utilizing cover tactics is the best way to approach these dudes. And in my advice, when you're fighting the Phoenix Hunters, the best area to fight them is outdoors. You have the opportunity to move around and really maneuver them in positions where you can fight them effectively. If you try to hide in a house or try to hide in any sort of cover, they'll usually be way too aggressive for you to actually get out of the situation unscathed. They also aggressively drop ticks around you when they're fighting you, so that's just an extra thing that you have to be mobile and agile about, dodging the ticks and letting them burn themselves out while you're focusing on the enemy at hand. The armor plating on the Phoenix Hunters also means that you have to dump in maybe about twice the amount of bullets in comparison to the military hunter, which means that they can eat up your ammo really, really easily if you aren't tactile about your approach in fighting them. And then I noticed that the Fenix had been trying to flank me here, so I decided to do a little bit of a loop around in order to get behind them. And when I figured out where this guy was, I used his fallen comrade as a little bit of cover here so that I could do some extra damage to him and take him out. And with the Phoenix units, if you happen to remove their weapon, they're still going to have a lot of health left. So it's always a good idea to switch really quickly over to automatic so that you can kind of hammer away on them and hopefully take them out before they manage to melee you. And just like the military hunters, the Phoenix class also have a 50 caliber shoulder-mounted sniper rifle. So just like the military class, try to find yourself a safe spot and start hammering away on that sniper rifle first and foremost before you start trying to actually take them down. So, with all of the hunters covered there, hopefully you guys have some solid tips and tricks in order to take them out with higher efficiency and using less ammo and taking less deaths. Again, if any of you guys are still struggling after this video, you might want to check out my pro tips and intermediate tips for Generation Zero, as both of those are filled with some incredibly good tips for getting ahead in this game. So, thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.